So to start the chapter off, Aizawa actually continues the fifth round, which is really interesting because I would have thought he would have just stopped it right there. I mean, even though last chapter we know he said it's going to continue, but it's interesting to see, how his character has changed because even Vlad says, you've gone softer or you're being soft on them. And, the previous Aizawa would have never let this continue. He would have stopped them both straight away, the whole match. But, it just goes to show you how much he cares and about the students and how he's more lenient with them, how much he's changed. He's developed a lot, which is really interesting to see. He even says because they've still got fight in them left, both Midoriya and Shinso, how much he cares about the students. I think it's pretty good development. So as the chapter continues, Deku no longer, he just doesn't want to use his quirk. He doesn't want to risk it going out of control again, which is reasonable, I guess. But I like the reference where Uraraka Ochiko says, "You're going to fight quirkless," and it's kind of like a reference, or to when he had no quirk, or what could have been. It was really nice to hear that, even though he isn't going to fight quirkless. It was nice to see. He actually does, to be fair. He does fight the whole rest of the chapter beside the end quirkless. Well, after this we have Ashido, I think that's her name, and Mineta, and I was very interested to see the combos they could pull. They had very, very good combos and communication, and they fought very well together. Surprisingly, I thought, when I saw Ashido and Mineta, I was like, alright, what is this? This is going to be like the filler part of the chapter or the boring part. But surprisingly, I really, really liked this part of the chapter, especially the part with Mineta. I know people really don't like him, they call him Worst Boy. I thought it was pretty funny, how he all calculated, and how he even calculated to go into, where he was going. It's very interesting, and I like to see the way they mix their quirks and how they combine them. Like, she used acid layback and she starts spinning around, and then you see Mineta, he has these balls placed everywhere, and he repels off them, and he pre-placed them, which was very smart of him. And it really goes to show how of a tactician, how good of a tactician Mineta is, to be honest. I really wasn't expecting it. I mean, they have 3 people, I think it was 4 or 3. Yeah, they had numbers advantage and they still couldn't move. Mineta had them trapped. It was very, very impressive on that. And even after that, we have, well, after that, sorry, not even after that, we have what was his name? Monoma? I think that's how you say his name. I kind of liked his little dialogue there. There were 2 different translations on Jai Mini's box and on Manga Stream. I like the one on Jai Mini's box. But either way, it goes to show that he's not a villain, but, he's a good character, but he doesn't like the main protagonist type of character, and you can tell that's Deku and Bakugo and those type of people. And then when you see him, he actually activates One Fall, which I didn't think he was gonna do. And you can see there's no lightning around him as well, which I guess is I'll explain why. I saw a comment on Manga Stream really explain why he wasn't able to use it properly, or the way we see it. You see Deku, he's swaying. He's like, oh, he's using One For All. It can't be. And he's like, Monoma, wait, that's dangerous. But he's very not strong. I mean, he's not even as strong as 5% Deku was. And the reason was, at least the commenter thinks on Manga Stream, and which I think is probably the reason, he copied the quirk One For All. Not actually One For All, because One For All is 2 quirks. It's the ability to stockpile power, and it's the ability to transfer quirks. People are saying he just copied the ability to stockpile power, not even the transfer, so it's not even really One For All. He just got the ability to stockpile power. And because it's not built up like this, he doesn't have power from previous generations, he didn't copy that, he just copied the base quirk. So because there's no power to stockpile, it's not really that strong. So he basically got one-tapped or one-shot by Oshiko, which is, I guess, I guess that resolves what everyone's going to say, oh, he's going to find out the secrets of One Fall, or he's going to die, he's going to break his bones. Well, I guess none of that was the case. And then right after this we have Midoriya, or Deku, whatever you want to call him. Oshiko uses her gravity ability to float him up and to fight Shinso. Now, I really like this because it was reminiscent of their first battle at the UA Festival. And you see, because Deku isn't really using his quirk, he's just full-on fighting him. Shinso's trying to get him to talk. It was exactly the same. I liked it. Even Shinso says we haven't had a scuffle like this since the sport festival. It was really nice, to see that at least, fights of the past. And then there's this really cool mini flashback where it shows Aizawa teaching Shinso about I don't know what they're called, the bands. I'm just going to call them the bands. I don't know what the exact name was. And it's interesting. He'll probably learn them in like a year or two, like master them. Because Aizawa, it took him 5 years, but he invented it. He learnt it from scratch, from nothing, which, as he says, so clearly Shinso, who's going to be taught everything, is going to be learning in like a year or two at most. So it was really interesting to see him, bring down the pillars, use the like the area around him, try and like beat Deku that way. To be honest, that probably would have killed Deku if he didn't have one fall or at least injure him, which would have been the case. And this is really interesting. I'm zooming in right now on Deku's face when the pipes calm down, and he has kind of like a dinosaur face, and it looks really funny. It's a really derpy face. And then obviously at the end we have him getting a flashback with the guy, the one of the previous users of One for All, and he's like, "Oh, unlike before in the morning, I don't have anxiety or confusion. It's all cleared up. I'm calm." He's like, he even says that guy resembles All Might. So he's calm, he's collected. Control your heart and master us. He's getting the flashback from what the guy said, and he controls the quirk, Black Whip. Really cool, actually. He controlled it very well. It looks like it's coming out of his arms as well, so it's not just coming out of his body. He seems to be controlling it well, at least, It's not out of control, it's going well, and I'm interested to see how it's going to progress in the next chapter. Will he use Black Whip against Shinso? Will he be able to use it normally? Will it kind of go out of control again? I doubt that last part, but this chapter was interesting nonetheless. It was I'm still curious to see what the route he's going to take with these 6 quirks, 8 in total. Well, include, if you're just going to say One Falls, 1 quirk, 7 quirks in total. I'm very interested to see how this is going to go.